very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching NewsX. I'm Kriti Mehta. Let's start with the top focus of this hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has met with BRICS foreign ministers in New Delhi today. India is currently hosting the prestigious BRICS foreign ministers meeting on 14th and 15th of May. Prime Minister Modi interacted with the top diplomats from Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, and the newly inducted member countries Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. The meeting is considered highly significant as it comes at a time of global geopolitical shifts and economic uncertainties. Discussions are expected to focus on strengthening multilateral cooperation, reforms in global governance institutions, countering protectionism, and enhancing cooperation in areas like trade, technology, energy security, and sustainable development. Shruti Dasgupta is joining me in this discussion. Shruti, Prime Minister Modi holding that all-important meeting with diplomats of the BRICS nations. What do you think is the first and foremost message that the Prime Minister would have sent out to leaders, diplomats of these countries?
You and your viewers, what I understand is this first message would be of solidarity. Being together in this economic grouping, which also offers security, though not militarily as of now. So his message would be for cooperation, for solidarity, because these are tough times, not just of the nations that are warring in West Asia, but also of the nations that are suffering indirectly due to the cause of that war. So that, as well as there is the hantavirus issue, so the pharmacology part of pharmaceuticals part of it, this is sustainable supply lines, the commitment of each nation to ensuring partnership as well as growing together. Those would be the messages that would be passed down by Modi to all the other ministers that he's meeting right now. His meeting shows that he places importance on BRICS and the nations who have stood together against the unipolar world to attempt to make a multipolar world, and which is of course under threat right now. And in the highlight of Trump and Xi Jinping's meeting, this would hold a different value as how the coalition of the multipolar world is coming together to ensure that there is sustainable development for everybody in the world, and not just a few chosen ones who gets to have access to resources, who directs the price rises, who directs the supply lines. So it is important when he meets these people. Peace, of course, is a message, but beyond that is going to be sustainable development, solidarity, and partnership.
All right, sure. Joining me now in this discussion is also Ambassador Sushil Singhal, former diplomat. Shruti requested to stay on as well. Ambassador Singhal, thank you very much for joining us now as part of the BRICS foreign ministers meeting. Arakchi is also in India, and the US-Iran war wouldn't go unmissed as part of Prime Minister's discussion. Prime Minister has already issued an appeal to take up austerity measures to the people of India. Leaders from across the world, like Prime Minister of Singapore, have spoken on the crisis that 2 months of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz has caused, and also gone on to say that it's not going to end. The ramifications will be felt for much longer. How important is it that Arakchi is in India now, and what is the opportunity that Indian External Affairs Minister should take and give a message to Iran?
Well, this is, thank you very much. And, the thing is that, this is the BRICS summit meeting, the foreign minister meeting, which is taking place in India at this moment, today and tomorrow, is very important for various reasons. First of all, as we know, that, the BRICS the membership has expanded. Now there are 11 members, and they represent more than 40% of the global GDP and about almost 50% of the population. And the countries who are member, India, China, and the countries from the Gulf now, Russia, of course, is a member of this. And the countries from Gulf, that is, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. On the other side, Indonesia, they're also member of this grouping. And the we need to remember the main objective of this grouping is economic and development. Of course, it is taking place at a time when the everybody, our entire world, entire global economy, entire, the politically, there is a great instability around because of the West Asia crisis. And I think this is the first time when the foreign minister of these three countries, Iran, UAE, and Saudi Arabia, they are participating in the same forum. Of course, today, as we know, that Iranian foreign minister, he spoke and he talked about the atrocities and the unjust war which has been imposed on Iran, and asked all the members to condemn it. Of course, when the chance comes for Saudi Arabia and UAE, they will also talk about their side of the story. This is a very good opportunity for doing the diplomacy on the sideline, and I'm sure they will have discussions among themselves, and it gives an excellent opportunity to India to talk to all the relevant partners, be it Iran, be it Saudi Arabia, be it UAE, or be it Russia, to see how this crisis can be handled. Of course, there is no immediate solution, but the requirement of the global economy and everybody is to calm down the what is happening. And I think the first step would be everybody is looking at opening of the Strait Hormuz, how it can be opened by all sides, and that's what the USA is also ultimately looking for. So I think the message which EM would give to, you asked me specifically to the Iranian foreign minister, is to open the communication line, and also because ultimately it's our national interest which we are looking after, that is get the supply line open, particularly for the crude and other items, which is right now it's very, very difficult. And we are, of course, able to secure from other areas, but not through the Strait of Hormuz. So the message would be to, I think, to have a conversation and look for a solution which is acceptable, because the conditions which Iran has put in at this moment are very, very difficult for USA to meet. I think we have to, what the message will be, that both sides need to come to a negotiation table with an open mind, be it USA, be it UAE, or be it Iran. They need to moderate their positions and look for, I think, short term, medium term, and long term discussions and solutions. That we have to see that they have to prioritize. Everybody has to prioritize what is immediate requirement and see from where they go. So I think that will be the message which will be going from our side, reference to the Iran. Thank you.